I am speaking to you with a love that refuses to let you walk into a trap. I am close to your breath, closer than the pulse you feel when your heart starts racing, and I am warning you because you are precious to me. You have been thinking of a choice that looks small, a shortcut that seems harmless, a reaction that feels justified, a moment that whispers, "No one will notice." I see where that moment leads, and I am telling you now, be careful. Do not step on the loose stone at the edge of this cliff. Do not take the door that creaks open into darkness simply because it is the door that opened first. Your name is not meant to be dragged through shame, your hands are not meant to be cuffed by consequences you can avoid today. Stop, breathe, listen, and let these words become the fence that keeps you from the road that ends in sirens, signatures, and sorrow. I know the tension you feel when life presses you to the wall. You are tired of waiting, tired of people who promised and never delivered, tired of being underestimated and overlooked. You have begun to think, if the honest way won't open, the quiet way will, if patience won't pay, pressure might. But hear me, compromise is not a strategy, it is a snare dressed in silver thread. It looks delicate, it feels soft, and then it cinches tight when you try to move. The thing you are considering, whether a forged story, a borrowed number, a borrowed name, a quick temper, a violent response, a petty retaliation, a copy that isn't yours, a transaction that ducks the light, a click that crosses a line, a signature that isn't honest, a parcel that isn't lawful, do not do it. I am not shaming you, I am shielding you. The corridor you are in seems quiet, but there are cameras you cannot see, records you do not know, witnesses you haven't noticed, and a chain of cause and effect that will not excuse your intention simply because you felt cornered. Walk away while it is still easy to walk, you have told yourself. It's only once. You have told yourself, I will fix it later. You have told yourself, they pushed me, so I must push back harder than they expect. I see the switch inside you that flips from restraint to recklessness when pride is bruised. Such a switch has led many into rooms they never planned to enter. Rooms with cold seats and colder words, rooms where fate is negotiated by people who do not know your heart. Do not give strangers the script of your next chapter. Rewrite this moment with humility. Turn your footsteps now. If you must let a smaller loss stand to avoid a greater disaster, let it stand. I would rather rebuild you from honest ashes than watch you try to decorate a house set on illegal foundations. Be wise, the floor beneath your next decision is either a rock or a trapdoor. You think the risk is invisible because your circle is small. But the world is larger than your circle, and the law is larger than your neighborhood, and patterns are noticed by systems that never sleep. You think you can speak words heated by anger and no one will remember, but someone is recording what your memory will try to forget. You think you can move something that is not yours and return it later, but the timestamp will not move with your apology. You think no one will connect the dots, but dots were made to be connected. I am not threatening you, I am teaching you where mercy lives. Mercy lives on the path you can choose right now, the path of restraint, confession if needed, restitution where owed, and patience when you want speed most. Take that path, and you will not wear chains, you will wear wisdom. You have been tempted to write a false line, tempted to claim what is not yet yours, tempted to imitate what belongs to another because you think your talent was ignored. I gave you your talent, and I do not need you to steal to prove it. I gave you your voice, and I do not need you to counterfeit to make it heard. Do not set your destiny on fire for a moment of applause that will not last till morning. Your gift is a seed, not a scam. It needs time, not tricks. It needs discipline, not deception. It needs truth, not theatrics. Every shortcut that violates peace in your spirit is not a path, it is a pit covered with leaves. Do not step on it because others seem to walk quickly. Many who run fast fall far. Walk steadily with me, and what you build will not be dismantled by the first wind of scrutiny. You are angry at someone's betrayal, and anger is good when it protects the innocent, but it becomes poison when it prosecutes your future. Do not let anger push your hand into harm. You have held the sentence in your mouth, sharp, public, punishing, and you have considered delivering it in a place where echoes are permanent and copies multiply in seconds. Do not do it. Words become records, records become weapons, weapons become walls that stand between you and jobs, between you and visas, between you and trust. If your heart is boiling, bring it to me. Pour it at my feet where it evaporates into clarity. Bring the dispute into channels that honor order. Seek counsel. If boundaries are needed, set them cleanly and lawfully. The respect you crave is born from the restraint you choose. I know the pull you feel toward the wrong company. You told yourself they are just friends, just co-workers, just a family connection, but you know what happens to your judgment when you are with them. Their laughter normalizes what your spirit calls dangerous. Their stories make crime sound like cleverness, make victimhood look like vengeance, make greed look like grit. Be careful. The next harmless ride can roll you over a line. And the line will not erase under your feet when the lights flash behind you. I am not imprisoning you with rules, I am setting you free with discernment. Who you walk with is what you sign. Choose companions who lift your gaze, not those who lower your standards. If you must be alone for a season to be clean, choose clean. There is a message on your phone that promises fast relief. There is a link that promises fast gain. There is a request that asks for your name on something that doesn't belong to you. There is a favor that feels like loyalty and smells like liability. Pause. I have given you a test that always tells the truth. If you must hide it, you must not do it. If you must rush it, you must not trust it. If you must bend your words to explain it, you must not sign it. The peace test is simple and severe. Do you have peace in your chest when no one is applauding you? Do you have peace when the crowd is quiet and the room is empty? Peace is the stamp of my presence. Pressure is the counterfeit that mimics urgency but lacks my wisdom. Choose peace even if it delays your progress, for delayed progress is a guardrail while false progress is a cliff. You have dreamed of changing your life in a day. I can change your life in a breath, but I refuse to bless what will bury you. My favor is not a cover for wrongdoing, it is a compass away from it. I would rather keep you in a place that looks like delay than permit you to walk into a place that becomes a detention. Trust me with the pacing. Trust me with the doors. Trust me with the vindication. When you feel misunderstood and want to manufacture proof, remember, the truth has a schedule and it keeps it. It will arrive. Let your integrity be boring today so your biography can be beautiful tomorrow. Let your choices look old-fashioned today so your future can be cutting edge without scandal. You have feared that if you do not strike now, you will be forgotten. You will not be forgotten. Your name is carved in the palms that shaped stars. Your story is not a file that can be deleted by those who do not like you. Your destiny is not a window that closes while you blink. I am the keeper of time and the author of seasons. And I have reserved appointments for you that no counterfeit can claim. Stand still when chaos shouts move. Sit down when temptation shouts prove. Be silent when provocation shouts speak. And when you are asked why you chose restraint, say, because I heard a voice that loved me enough to warn me. That answer is the key that unlocks a better room than the one you almost entered. You have wondered if I still speak. Hear me in the caution that interrupts your impulse. Hear me in the chill along your spine when you hover over a button your conscience doesn't like. Hear me in the heaviness that sits on your chest when a plan sounds brilliant but feels crooked. That is not fear. That is fatherhood. That is not panic, that is protection. Let the unease work for you. It is the fence line around your future. The same warning, be careful, carries the same promise, I care. I care about your name, your reputation, your ability to work freely, travel freely, love freely, worship freely, sleep freely. I care about the child who looks up to you. I care about the parent who prays for you. I care about the partner who trusts you. I care about the you that you are becoming. Do not trade that future for a 5-second victory. You are thinking about money. I know the weight of bills, the sting of debts, the embarrassment of asking for help, the fatigue of always stretching. But abundance born of deceit is not abundance, it is a flood that ruins your house as it fills it. You do not need to reroute funds that do not belong to you. You do not need to create documents that were not issued by the authority you claim. You do not need to enter rooms where numbers are moved in shadows and called opportunity. Choose to work with clean hands, and I will strengthen your hands. Choose to build with honest blocks, and I will add floors you didn't plan for. What you gain by trick will trick you. What you gain by trust will keep you. Seek counsel about your finances. Talk to a professional. Make a plan that fits your real capacity. Cut what you cannot carry. This is not failure. This is foundation. You have also thought of retaliation as medicine. Someone hurt you, and you want the scales to balance. But the balance you create with harm tips against your own life. Justice has doors you are allowed to walk through and doors you must not touch. Use the doors that are yours: documentation, reporting, mediation, lawful complaint, wise witness. Do not create your own courtroom in the street or on a screen. Do not turn your disappointment into a device that records you as the aggressor. I see the injustice, I am not blind. But I will not let your pain become your prison. Lay down the stone. Pick up the pen that writes your statement. Pick up the phone that calls for help. Pick up the patience that trusts process. The path may be slow, but it ends in daylight. You asked me, what if I already crossed a line? Then listen, mercy still moves. If you have done what you should not have done, do not run deeper into the forest. Turn around. If confession is needed, confess wisely and safely. Seek counsel, trusted, qualified, lawful. If restitution is needed, make it with humility. If apologies are needed, deliver them without excuses. If there are steps to correct your record, take them now while the steps are still yours to take. Shame will say you are ruined. I say you are redeemable. Regret will say you are finished. I say you are being formed. Consequences may still speak. I will still be with you as you navigate them. But do not add a second wrong to hide the first. Darkness multiplies when you try to outsmart it. It dissolves when you switch on the light. You have told yourself you must impress people who never cared for you. Let that compulsion die. The ones who use your insecurity to bait you are not your audience. I am your audience, and I am already inclined toward you. I am not grading you on speed but guiding you toward solidity. I want your testimony to be clean, your opportunities to be sustainable, your sleep to be unbroken. When you wake at night with racing thoughts and a picture of flashing lights in your mind, know that this warning is my mercy, not your doom. It is the bell before the gate, the hand on your shoulder before the corner, the quiet no before the loud too late. Receive the no as a gift, and you will open a better yes. Do not be deceived by the mythology of getting away with it. Getting away with it is a story told by those who haven't yet discovered the bill beneath the tablecloth. The bill always arrives. Sometimes it comes as exposure. Sometimes as blackmail. Sometimes as loss of license. Sometimes as a door that shuts quietly and never opens again, and you do not even know why. Let me save you from hidden bills. Let me keep you promotable. Let me keep your hands hireable. Let me keep your name recommendable. Every time you choose integrity, you are planting a flag in future rooms that says, "Trust this one." People do not forget the safe person. Become that person now, even if it costs you a thrill, a shortcut, a secret advantage. If someone is pressuring you today, just sign, just send, just forward, just carry, just pretend, just come along. Recognize the spiritual weight behind that just. It is never just. It is the first inch of a rope that hates your freedom. Answer pressure with pause. Answer manipulation with questions. Answer the demand for speed with a request for transparency. If transparency is denied, the answer is already no. If you are threatened with losing a connection because you won't comply, let that connection be lost. Better to lose a rope than your liberty. Better to lose a false friend than your future. If you feel your temper rising, choose a different room. End the call. Leave the building. Put the device down. Breathe 10 slow, honest breaths. Drink water. Pray aloud. Say, "I will not throw away my tomorrow to win this minute." The strongest people are not those who swing hardest, they are those who refuse to swing where swinging would set their own house on fire. Your restraint today is not weakness, it is prophecy. It announces a future where you do not spend your energy untangling what could have been avoided by walking away. I am not only warning you, I am equipping you. Here is how you will walk safely. You will plan your day on purpose so emergencies do not bully your judgment. You will keep your documents honest and in order so you are never tempted to invent one. You will keep receipts and records so your story has witnesses. You will decline opportunities that forbid questions. You will keep your circle honest and your devices clean. You will ask for help when your need is bigger than your pride. You will practice the sentence "I need time to think," and you will use it without apology. You will learn the difference between a deal and a trap. A deal welcomes light, a trap hates it. You will invite light, you have asked for blessing, and I am sending it, not the counterfeit that comes wrapped in secrecy, but the kind that stands inspection and grows brighter under scrutiny. I am sending mentors who value your clean climb over your fast climb. I am opening work that requires integrity because it is built on integrity. I am restoring your confidence so you do not act from fear. I am healing the fatigue that whispers, "Take anything, do anything." You are not desperate, you are disciplined. You are not cornered, you are called. You are not unlucky, you are learning. You are not behind, you are being prepared to last. Hear me again with the clarity of a bell on a winter morning. Be careful. Not because the world is only danger, but because your destiny is worth guarding. Be careful in what you sign and what you say. In what you click and what you carry, in where you go and who you go with, in how you answer provocation and how you approach opportunity. Be careful so you can be free. Be careful so you can be bold without a shadow behind you. Be careful so when good doors open, you can walk through them without fear that your past will pull you back. I am not leaving you to figure this out alone. I am with you in the decision before you, in the temptation behind you, in the apology within you, in the future ahead of you. Ask me for wisdom and I will not ration it. Ask me for courage and I will steady your knees. Ask me for patience and I will stretch your days so they can carry what they must. The path of peace is open. Choose it now while you can still choose easily. The room of consequence is real, but you do not have to enter it. Let this warning be the turning. Let this turning be the testimony. And let your testimony be this: I heard love speak, and I lived free. That I am speaking to you now because I love you more than you realize, and I am calling your heart back to wisdom before a choice is made that will shake your life. You have been walking with a quicker step lately, rushing, pressed by voices that say, do it now, do it fast, no one will know, and another voice inside has been whispering, be careful. That whisper is me. I am the quiet that interrupts the noise. The hand that rests on your shoulder when your hand begins to tremble, the calm that says, stop. I am not here to frighten you, but to warn you, because you stand at a doorway, and the room behind it looks bright but is a trap. I see the end from the beginning, and I can see where that decision leads, not to honor, not to relief, not to the quick harvest you think will come, but to shame, to a door closing behind you, to hands that will suddenly demand what you cannot pay, to eyes watching you that you did not notice, to a knock you will not want to answer. Be careful. Your life is precious to me, and I will not watch you walk into chains when I am here to show you a way of escape. You have told yourself that the pressure is too great and the opportunity too small to ignore. You have rehearsed little justifications, simple stories that make the crooked seem straight. You have said, only this once. Only a little. Everyone does it. I deserve a break. But I am the God who lifts the humble and resists the proud, the God who establishes your steps when you choose truth over temporary safety. I see the accounts and the messages and the signatures and the little switches and the try it with a different name, the borrow it, then put it back, the no harm done, the they won't notice, the it's not really stealing if I plan to fix it later. I see the conversation you almost sent. The meeting you accepted without telling the full story, the back door you found and smiled at because it opened with a touch. I see the face of the one who encouraged you, and I see their face after you are left alone, for they will not stand with you when consequences appear. I am not pointing at you to disgrace you, I am standing between you and a pit to hold you back. Be careful. Your future is larger than this moment, and you will not like the price that comes with the shortcut you are considering. There are watchers you cannot see, systems that record, people who remember, hearts that are already suspicious, and laws that are not sleeping. You think the night hides, but I built the night and it serves me. Even in darkness, your footsteps can be traced by the light of my eyes. I have sent small warnings already, a delayed message, a glitch, a question from a person who never asks questions, a nudge that made you pause, a stranger's story that sounded too similar. These were not coincidences, they were the edges of my mercy brushing your path. I want you kept, not caught. I want you blessed, not bound. I want you to walk into rooms where your name is spoken with honor, not with accusation. Be careful, because a single careless moment can invite a storm, and yet a single obedient choice can open a future filled with peace you have forgotten you could feel. You have prayed for elevation and said, God, take me higher, take me further, and I answered by teaching your hands to be clean and your heart to be steadfast. Elevation cannot rest on deception, it collapses when the weight of truth arrives. You have asked for favor. Favor is not a trick that others fall for, but a door I open that no one can shut. You have asked for abundance. Abundance is not gathered by dishonest scales, but received by a life aligned with my ways. You have asked for speed. Speed without wisdom is a collision, not a victory. You have asked for protection. Protection covers those who choose the shelter of integrity. I am pulling you into alignment now, even if it feels like I am pulling you away from a win. Sometimes my rescue looks like a restraint. Sometimes my love feels like a no. Hear me, the next step you take must be in the light. Refuse the offer that can only exist in shadows. Decline the meeting that requires you to pretend. Leave the thread unread if answering it would betray your conscience. Do not sign what your spirit cannot defend. Do not carry what isn't yours to carry, not in your pocket, not in your plans, not in the disguise of helping. Be careful, I see someone near you who knows part of your struggle and is trying to draw you into their pattern. They speak with confidence, tell stories of how they always get away with it, promise to cover for you, show you old screenshots and proof that the risk is small. Their confidence is borrowed, their stories are edited. They know only the doors they pushed open, not the day those doors will swing back. Do not borrow their confidence, it is counterfeit. I am not calling you to expose them or to argue, I am calling you to step back, to disconnect your pace from theirs, to delete the plan that is not clean. Be careful. Not because I want you to lose, but because I designed you for victories that don't sour your mouth afterward, for gains you can enjoy without looking over your shoulder, for testimonies that ring true even when examined. Do not say, "It's too late, I've already started." Return is still possible. Stop where you are. I can lift the weight that is already growing in your chest. I can unwind the knots you tied when fear told you to hurry. Hand me the rope and the pen and the password and the access, yes, even that. You think, if I stop now I will be embarrassed. Better a moment's embarrassment than a season of humiliation. Better a single tear in confession than a torrent in consequence. Better a small loss now than a forfeited future. If you turn, I will turn it for your good. If you undo, I will build anew. If you bring it into the light, the darkness will lose its leverage. Tell the truth where you meant to blur it. Return what you planned to take. Cancel what you arranged in secret. Decline the amount that does not belong to you. Block the path that leads to the place you know is wrong. Be careful, and your carefulness will become courage, your courage will become clarity, your clarity will become peace. There is also a voice in you that is not temptation but fear, telling you that you are one mistake away from disaster, that you are cursed, that you always ruin things. That voice is a liar. I am not dangling punishment above you, hoping to catch you. I am not a trapper, I am a shepherd. I send warnings to preserve you, not to break you. My intention is not your arrest, my intention is your alignment. The threat you sense is not a fate I designed for you, it is the natural end of a path you do not have to take. Turn your steps and the end will change. What is written in fear is not my script for your life. I write in mercy, in truth, in restoration. If you say yes to me now, the headlines of your future will read differently. They will speak of deliverance, of lessons learned, of doors opened the right way, of favor that flows without stain. You have prayed, God, give me a sign. Here is a sign, your heart is pounding as you read these words, and the details feel too close to be random. Another sign, the opportunity that seemed easy will suddenly require an extra step that your spirit cannot justify. Listen to that discomfort. Another sign, someone you respect will ask you a simple question that reveals the truth beneath your plan. Receive it as rescue, not as an attack. Another sign, a small, unexpected provision will appear that reduces your pressure. Accept it with gratitude and do not chase the counterfeit relief. These are my fingerprints. This is my intervention. I am answering your prayer by giving you the strength to say no and the wisdom to choose differently. Now hear what I will do if you trust me. I will reroute your steps and place you in a field of honest opportunities. I will open a door that does not require a false name or a hidden hand. I will bring a person of integrity into your circle who will show you a path you did not know existed, legal, clean, sustainable. I will teach you how to build slowly in a way that stands when the wind tests it. I will send helpers. Not hype men, mentors, not manipulators. I will cleanse the fear that has been driving your decisions and replace it with a quiet boldness. I will restore your sleep. The anxiety that kept you awake, rehearsing stories in case you were asked, will lift. I will put a witness in your mouth. The taste of truth is sweet, and you will testify, not of how clever you were, but how faithful I am. When you look back on this day, you will say, that was the moment I pivoted. You will remember that you were inches from a door that led to alarms and accusations, and you will thank me for stopping you. You will find yourself in rooms you once only dreamed of, and when you are asked to tell your story, you will tell it with a clear gaze. You will not have to edit your past to protect your present. Your children, or those who look up to you, will inherit a name that is worth carrying. You will not have to fear what might surface, because you chose the surface willingly and nothing was left buried to betray you later. This is the freedom I offer, not the thrill of getting away with something, but the quiet joy of having nothing to hide. I know the pressures you feel. You have felt overlooked, underpaid, unseen. You have watched others advance with questionable methods and thought, maybe that is the only way. It is not the only way. I am the way. My path is narrow at first because it filters out the burdens that would later break you. Then it widens into a place of rest. Do not measure your journey by someone else's sprint. Your race is tailored to your destiny. I have reserved milestones for you that cannot be stolen by impatience or secured by deceit. If you take what is not given, you will learn how to keep what you were never meant to hold. Your hands will always be clenched. If you receive what I give, your hands will be open, and open hands can hold more. There is a habit you must break, and I will break it with you, the habit of smoothing the truth. You have done it in small ways, in harmless jokes, in the not exactly, in the close enough, in the later I'll fix it. This habit makes the soul slippery. And slippery souls slide into pits. Replace it with the practice of exactness. Say what is, even if it costs you the favor of those who prefer flattery. Sign only what is true. Answer only what you can defend. Promise only what you will deliver. This is not rigidity but strength, not harshness but freedom. Those who demand you to bend your truth to fit their plans are not leaders, they are users. When you refuse, they will call you difficult, but later they will call you dependable. And those who truly matter will trust you, and trust is a currency that never devalues. I will also heal the shame behind the temptation. There is an old wound in you, a moment you were made to feel small, foolish, helpless. It installed a vow in your heart, I will never be made to feel like that again. That vow has been feeding your hunger for control, and control is what shortcuts promise. Let me touch that wound. Let me rewrite that vow with my promise, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Let me be your defender. Let me be the one who restores your dignity so you do not reach for a counterfeit crown. When you forgive the past, its echo will stop commanding your present. You will no longer be baited by opportunities that flatter your pain. Be careful with your circle in this season. Choose company that respects boundaries, celebrates honesty, and does not rush you into folly. There are friends who are fun in the afternoon and a liability in the evening. There are advisors who sound wise until they meet a boundary and then they mock the boundary. There are rooms where laughter is a veil for lawlessness. Do not go back there. When you step away, you will feel a loss, but it is the loss of a weight you were never meant to carry. And in the space you free, I will plant new relationships that grow upright, whose fruit will remain, whose counsel will steady you when decisions press you at midnight. I am setting sentries at your gates, your eyes, your ears, your mouth, your hands. Guard your eyes, do not study the schemes of those who prosper by harm, their path is short. Guard your ears, refuse the counsel that begins with "no one has to know." Guard your mouth, do not weave excuses, speak truth even if it stings. Guard your hands, do not sign what will stain you, do not take what is not yours, do not deliver what damages another. This is not a burden, it is a blessing. It is the architecture of peace. Walk in it and your steps will be firm even when the ground shakes. If you have already crossed where you should not have crossed, do not drown in regret. Regret is a tide that carries you farther from shore. Repentance is a turn, the shortest distance back to me. Tell the truth now. Where restitution is right, make it. Where apology is needed, offer it plainly. Where cutting ties is necessary, do it decisively, without a farewell tour to soothe your ego. I am with you in every humbling step, turning what the enemy meant for your downfall into the foundation stones of your future. You will not be defined by the near miss or the misstep, you will be defined by the God who rescued you and the resolve that now marks you. Take this as a commissioning, not merely a caution. I am not only saying do not go there, I am saying come with me here. I will give you creative strategies that thrive in daylight. I will teach you how to build value without stealing time from your soul. I will surround you with favor that does not require performance. I will open streams of income and influence that are audited by truth and found clean. I will teach your mind to think like a builder and your heart to beat like a steward. You will feel the pleasure of doing things rightly, and it will become your joy, not your duty. You will wake with a clear sky over your spirit, and you will sleep without fear of a phone call that undoes your peace.